Is being a property or real estate photographer a good profession to go into right now? Well, in a word, yes. And the big reason for that is because there's so much more opportunity now to earn more money. And that's because you're not just a photographer anymore. You've got to be offering more services like doing videos, virtual tours, floor plans and drone services. And if you start adding all these together on one job, there really is a great opportunity to earn a decent amount of money in this career. I've seen videos by other YouTubers saying about how you can earn 100 grand doing this job. And I used to think, wow, God, I wish I could do that. But to be honest, that can be done now. And I'm reaching those sort of levels. I mean, you've got to take into consideration your overheads, like all your expenses. But once you start offering all these extra services and build up a good client base, then you really can expect to reach those sort of figures. There are ups and downs in the property market, that's granted and is unavoidable because of things going on in the world. But to be honest, I've never really faced a situation where I've had absolutely no work, because there's always going to be people that have got to move for some reason. So for that reason, it's a good profession to go into, because there is generally always a good consistent level of work to keep you going. And once you've got a good solid client base, you will find you've always got a consistent level of work. And in terms of photography jobs, this is one where I've seen other friends in other forms of photography where they're in and out of work a bit. I've got work on a daily basis. So if you want to keep yourself busy and make sure you've got a consistent level of work, then this is a good career to go into for that reason too. As I mentioned at the start of this video, if you end up learning all the skills that I spoke about, you're going to be pretty multi-skilled. So that puts you in good stead if you don't want to continue working in real estate, as you can use these skills like the videos, virtual tours, drones to go into other industries. And I've even had friends that sort of just gone on a bit from just doing real estate. They're now doing stuff for tourism, hotels and architecture. So you're not just stuck to shooting real estate. Once you've got all these skills, you could go out and do whatever you want with them. Another bonus of this job, which I particularly like, is that it's not just a sedentary job, meaning we're not just sat in front of a computer all day. Yes, there is the editing part where we've got to sit in front of the computer to do the editing, but for half the day at least, we're out and about shooting the properties. As you get better at this job as well, you'll get better clients and get better properties to shoot. And you'll see some amazing places, which is a real perk of this job. And you'll also get to meet some pretty interesting people along the way too. And this can also help grow with your confidence. So there are those other little bonuses to consider too. So if you are considering going into this line of work, I'd perhaps recommend starting out in-house at a property marketing company or even in-house at an estate agent, as if your skills really aren't quite up to scratch yet, that can be a great place to learn, and you don't have to worry about getting the clients, and you're going to get paid because you're going to be on a salary. That way you can up your skill set whilst knowing you're going to get paid every month. And once you get the skills and get the confidence, you can start going out getting your own clients and then think about going freelance. If you do want to work for yourself, that is obviously another perk of this job, as there is a lot of opportunity to do so because of all the skills that I've said that you'll gain from doing this job. If you don't want to do that, that's absolutely fine. I mean, you can work in-house at a company and earn a salary, and you can still pick up all these skills, and it's still a very enjoyable job to do because, like I say, you're out and about all day. But if you do want to make your own business, then there is plenty of opportunity to do that too. Obviously, with any job, there are some downsides too, and just some things to be aware of if you are considering getting into this line of work. One of them is that you can often have long days, as you can be out all morning and into the afternoon shooting the properties, and then you've still got your editing to do. So you might have your photo editing and your video editing to do. So that can sometimes lead on quite late into the night, especially if you have a family or maybe you've got other commitments in the evening. You can end up editing quite late into the evening, and that's might be a point when you want to consider outsourcing, which is something I mentioned in other videos. But obviously you've got to get your earnings up to a certain level before you can start thinking about that. But just be aware, you can sometimes have long days, not always, but it is something to be aware of. Another thing to be aware of is that it can be quite a steep learning curve. If you don't have any of these skills, then obviously you've got a lot to learn. And don't worry about that though. I'd say just learn the photography and the floor plans first. They're the main two things that you're going to get clients with, and then go on to doing the videos and virtual tours and drones after that. But like I said, it's just going to take a little while to pick all those skills up. But once you've got all those skills, like I say, the opportunity to earn a decent salary in this job keeps going up and up and up. And a third thing just to be aware of is that there can be quite a lot of travel in this job, as it probably won't be the case that you're going to get all your clients in one area that's just local to you, that are all just 5 minutes away. Sometimes you might have to travel an hour or so away, so just be aware that you will have to travel a bit. So make sure you've got a decent car that you can load some miles on and is not going to break down. So in summary, I do think this is a good career to get into because of all the skills that you'll learn, which in turn will offer you a decent opportunity to earn a good living out of this career. So if you are thinking about getting into this career, good luck, and please subscribe to the channel because I talk all things real estate photography. And also, if you want to watch this video here, I'll tell you about all the services you can offer in a real estate photography business.